So apart from West Bengal, there have been big developments that has been taking place in the state of Tamil Nadu as well. Who will be the next chief minister? The Makkal mandate is out. And as far as, the developments on the ground is concerned, because that seems to be the place, the number crunching that seems to be happening, because it's a fragmented or a hung assembly that we are looking at the mandate that is being out. And right there reporting in Chennai is my colleague Pratibha. Pratibha, good morning. A lot of developments that has been happening in the Vijay camp, in the camp of Congress, in the camp of DMK, in the camp of AIADMK and other smaller parties as well. Who will finally lend support to Vijay?
Absolutely, Amita, and it looked like the answer had been extremely clear, and it looked like Vijay was all set to become the chief minister. The date had been decided already. Today was the day when Vijay was expecting to take oath as the chief minister of Tamil Nadu, and clearly that has not happened. And in just the last few hours, there have been multiple changes that has now thrown up the question, who will be the chief minister? Will it actually be Vijay, or will it be somebody else? Because there are hectic developments that are taking place. Let's get our viewers what's happening in Tamil Nadu. We are breaking updates now coming in of the AIADMK MLAs who are in a resort in Puducherry. This comes at the back of the reports that have been coming in that perhaps on one side the DMK and the ADMK could also be holding talks because their numbers add up and they will exceed the majority mark. On the other hand, within the AIADMK as well, there have been talks of multiple MLAs, at least 30 of them wanting to extend their support to Vijay's TVK. So what's going to happen? Currently, we are told there are over 20 MLAs who have been shifted to Puducherry. They're currently in a resort in Puducherry. Our colleague Dharini is joining us on the broadcast with the details. And Dharini, what's happening amid the questions on whether AIADMK is in talks with the DMK, whether a faction of the AIADMK wants to extend support to Vijay's TVK? Why have MLAs been shifted to Puducherry? What's the update?
More than 25 ADMK MLAs, they've been shifted to a resort in Puducherry. And in fact, remember last evening, all the ADMK MLAs, they had a meeting with ADMK General Secretary Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. And, since yesterday morning, there is info that there is a split mindset in ADMK. One faction of the ADMK MLAs, they want to have a tie-up with Vijay Samalagavachchi Kalagam, and the other faction doesn't want to have any tie-up. Is what we've been learning since yesterday morning. But last night, senior ADMK leader K.P. Munusamy held a press conference. And in that press conference, he categorically said that the ADMK doesn't want to extend any support to TVK, and the ADMK isn't extending any support to TVK. So following that, overnight, more than 25 MLAs from the ADMK, they've been moved to a private resort in Puducherry. And two sources who are close to this development, they tell Times Now that this has been done with the consent of ADMK General Secretary Edappadi K. Palaniswamy. And the reasoning that is being cited by these sources is that since the political situation is volatile in Tamil Nadu, ADMK wants to keep its MLAs intact, and ADMK wants to keep its MLAs in one location, and that is why they've put them up in a resort, in Puducherry, which is near to Chennai, is what, these two sources have told Times Now. So the reason being cited is that since the political situation is very volatile, on one hand, TVK is facing pressure to prove majority. On the other hand, there is also a buzz that the ADMK and the DMK might come together to not let the TVK form a government. So since the political situation is volatile, the ADMK wants to keep its MLAs intact, and that is why they moved these MLAs to a resort, is the initial information that we are able to gather.
Yes. Yes, and Dharini, while there are speculations that there could be meetings or at least talks going on between the AIADMK and the DMK, if that happens, that would not just be a tectonic shift in Tamil Nadu, that would actually be a political earthquake, because these are two Dravidian giants who have been opposed to each other, who have been rivals for over 5 decades. And now suddenly, if there are talks happening between the two parties, would that be acceptable to the people of Tamil Nadu? But interestingly, just the two parties together, will they really have the numbers or not? So Amita, in movies, I'm sure Vijay, the people of Tamil Nadu would have seen multiple twists, but a political twist of this sort perhaps being seen for the very first time. AIADMK, DMK, is that a possibility, and would the numbers add up?
Well, sworn enemies, if they can become friends, at the end of the day, we are speaking about politics and who doesn't want to be in power. Because this is all coming down to the numbers at the end of the day. And unfortunately, it seems that none of the political parties have crossed that majority mark. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been witnessing these scenarios. So what are we now looking at? As far as the majority mark is concerned, 118 and 12 more is needed. So what are we looking at as far as when it comes to the representation is done by the political parties in Tamil Nadu? AIADMK having 47, DMK having 59. Then as far as Vijay needing at least 12 more. So the TVK, which has 108, Congress having 5, PMK having 4, IUML having 2, CPIM having 2, CPI-ML having 2. That seems to be the number crunching there, because in fact, when it comes to the smaller parties, and if they ask their share of any birth or power, as far as if the TVK government does actually form in Tamil Nadu, of course, that itself seems to be the very mandate that the people have now given to the state. But however, the bigger parties in the state are coming out to say that we are not okay in lending our support. We are okay when it comes to being in the opposition. So this is where what we are getting to know, that resort politics once again has come at play. Pratibha.
Okay, all right. So, resort politics for the AIADMK. The DMK, currently, Stalin has said that the DMK would sit in the opposition. Is that going to be the case or not? That remains a question. But the TVK is also not sitting idle. You remember that TVK had also moved in to form the government in Tamil Nadu. Vijay meeting the governor. We have breaking updates now coming in. Meetings also expected in the TVK camp. Now, Vijay had met the governor, Arlikar, and had also staked claim to form the government in Tamil Nadu. But the governor is said to have told Vijay that he needs to show the numbers. Now, the Sarkaria Commission comes in as well. The governor has told Vijay that he needs to know that Vijay has 118 seats required to form the government. So, as of now, that suspense continues. And now TVK is also holding a meeting, because as of now, TVK has support of the Congress party, but that adds up to just 5 more MLAs. The TVK needs at least 5 to 7 more MLAs. Kritika is also on the broadcast with the details. And Kritika, the Congress party has extended support to the TVK, but that's clearly not enough. It will still need the support of the smaller parties. On one hand, you have the AIADMK MLAs who have been shifted to a resort in Puducherry. What's the activity or the meetings planned in the TVK camp today?
Its MLAs to reach the party headquarters at about 10:30 a.m. today. So this early morning, Vijay will also be reaching there. The meeting is supposed to be headed by the General Secretary, Mr. N. Anand. Now remember, this is very crucial, because on the one hand, Vijay has also, in fact, the convoy for Vijay has been taken away. Yesterday, we were reporting from his camp office. What we saw was that 2 convoy vehicles went in much before Vijay had, in fact, left. And later, Vijay left 2 in his own personal car. So, of course, this is a big development, of course, coming in at a time wherein his swearing-in ceremony, which was supposed to happen at 11:30 a.m., also stands stalled. So, as far as the developments are concerned, we have, in fact, the TVK camp also expected to meet at about 10:30 a.m. at the Paniyur office. On the other hand, over 20 to 25, in fact, MLAs from the AIADMK camp have already been ferried to a resort in the in the Union Territory of Puducherry. So, of course, remember, we also started our counting election coverage with the instances of resort politics. However, at that point, we were more concerned with the TVK camp breaking away, given the uncertainty over the numbers that they could score. But currently, it seems that even the AIADMK factions are gearing up. It remains to be seen which way the sway will come from as far as the AIADMK are concerned. And as you rightly said, the arithmetic still in the tight spot for the TVK.
Okay.
Over to you.
Kritika, stay with us. Let's also talk about what the DMK wants. Now, a reaction coming in from the now former Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. What is the role of the DMK going to be? That's the question amid these reports and amid the growing buzz over whether there could actually be a DMK-ADMK back-channel talks. M.K. Stalin has sought to strike a calm political tone after the election outcome. Now, Stalin has said that the DMK would allow Vijay to form the government and would watch without disturbing for 6 months, indicating that the party does not want any constitutional uncertainty. Now, these remarks come at a time when there are speculations on what could happen next, whether there could be political realignments in the state of Tamil Nadu or not. Stalin is said to have said that it is better for the DMK to be in the opposition and not want to be a part of the government. Kritika, so DMK has made it clear. This is amid the speculations on what's going to happen next, and it is the top leader of the DMK, M.K. Stalin himself, saying that the DMK would prefer to just wait and watch and let the TVK form the government in the state.
Well, absolutely. Remember, the first thing that Mr. Stalin also did right after the election results started becoming clear, he did concede, and he also went back to his constituency of Kolattur, wherein he met people. Now, a big narrative that has, in fact, been argued by the DMK camp so long has been about TVK's inexperience and Vijay's inexperience as a politician. Currently, however, remember the sentiment of the people, as far as the mandate is concerned, about over 30% of vote share, 108 seats that TVK has been secured, both seats that Vijay has also been able to secure. So there is, of course, a public sentiment of the mandate, the Makkal mandate with Vijay. So this is, of course, very crucial and sensitive for Mr. Stalin to also come in and just take over the government as if that mandate will not be upset with him. Therefore, we can also read these comments in this manner, wherein it is a very calculative and a very measured response coming in from M.K. Stalin, wherein he's saying that for the next 6 months, the DMK will be steadfast in its role as the chosen opposition, and we're the other single largest party holding the most seats and will be commanding the leader of opposition position as well. So, of course, Mr. Stalin has made his stance clear. Over to you.
Okay, all right. So on the day that the new Tamil Nadu government was to take shape, clearly that has not happened, and the talks still continue, and suspense for the people of Tamil Nadu also continues on who is going to form the government. But it all falls down on the numbers. It's a hung assembly in Tamil Nadu, and Amita, do the numbers add up? What could be the permutations and combinations of government to be formed in Tamil Nadu looking at the current scenarios?
Absolutely, because there are multiple scenarios, and there seems that there is a lot of realignments that are also taking place. Will their political ideology take center stage, or does it when it comes to forming the government in the state of Tamil Nadu? Let's tell you if this is also a possibility, because this is something that no one would have thought of before the election. So can the AIADMK and the DMK come together? Because having, when it comes to the numbers without the BJP, if we minus when it comes to the NDA alliance and minus the BJP, AIADMK plus having around 52 with the DMK plus without the Congress, because it seems that the Congress is ready to ditch and dump its partner in the opposition bloc, which is the DMK, having 68. So here, when it comes to the majority mark of 118, yes, that is a possibility, because there the total now comes to 120, and the majority mark that is needed to form the government is 118. So 2 above the majority mark, that is what we are looking at. This is where, Pratibha, the things actually get very interesting.
Okay, all right. So is that a possibility or not? You can never rule out anything in politics, but for the two regional parties, for the two Dravidian giants who have fought each other for decades together in Tamil Nadu, would it be foolhardy or short-sighted for them to be together for these 5 elections? That's the biggest question. And when asked about it, in fact, the DMK on record did deny that any such talks are taking place. Listen in.
Are you trying to flirt with the ADMK? You didn't.
Not at all. Not at all.
No.
See, no way. Why should we? See, we have reconciled ourselves to the fact that we have lost this election. We don't want anything more.
Ganpati, there are a lot of reports that there are talks now happening between AIADMK and DMK. Is that true?
No. I don't think that's happening. That's an interesting rumor going around, being circulated, but I don't think that's happening.
Okay, is there no truth to it? Any talks happening between ADMK, DMK? Were there any feelers from the ADMK for the DMK to have talks? Any such?
What we heard is ADMK is about to be broken or something like that is happening, but not like DMK and ADMK is talking something. That is not possible.
So it's ruled out completely?
It's ruled out.
Okay, because you've been rivals for a very long time, which would have been quite a surprise for people of Tamil Nadu. But in politics, you never know. To keep out Vijay, is that something that DMK may consider perhaps?
It's an interesting rumor. I don't think that's going to happen.
So time is running out. Today the governor is not going to be in Tamil Nadu. He is expected to go out of the state. So that wait still continues. Can Vijay ensure that he brings in smaller parties so that he has the numbers, or will the AIADMK or the DMK move in? That suspense continues. Hectic developments in Tamil Nadu, and we continue getting you all the updates. Thanking Kritika and Dharani for joining us with those details, and slipping into a very short break. We'll be right back.